Have you been unlucky this season trying to get the Ring of Mendeln to drop? Do you like running minions with Necromancer but have no idea how to do damage without the Ring of Mendeln? Well, we have the build for you. The build that I've been running focuses on minions. We scale our damage by taking anything and everything that scales specifically with minion damage. Right now in the video, I'll be playing some gameplay footage. In the middle of the video, we'll be showing how the build works. We'll be looking at specific pieces of gear. Then at the end of the video, I'll give my personal thoughts on how Necromancer minions work currently for Diablo 4. Onto the gear and aspects. For the helmet, we have Shielding Storm for survivability. We have Vicious for 2 skeletal mages on our chestplate. We have Grasping Veins on our gloves. On our pants, we have Hardened Bones for minion damage reduction. For the boots, we have Blood Getters for 2 extra skeleton warriors. For the weapon, we run a 2-hander with Reanimation for extra skeleton damage. For the amulet, we run Blighted for extra damage and Heart of the Sacrilegious. For the ring, we have Frenzied Dead and Heart of the Great Feast. For our other ring, we have Unyielding Commanders and Heart of Decrepit Aura. Onto Book of the Dead, we run Reapers for extra corp chance, Bone Mages for extra damage, and Blood Golem for damage to produce taken. Now onto the skill tree. I'll have a link to the builder in the video description below, which will show all the gear roles you should prioritize. On the ring, you may have noticed I'm running Unyielding Commander, even though I'm using Bone Storm right now. Army of the Dead helps keep minions alive, so if you're struggling with keeping minions alive, switch to Army of the Dead. I'm also lazy to change the aspect on this ring. For the Paragon board, we use Mage in our starter board, and we try to grab as much intelligence as we can. We then move up to Cult Leader, and we put into the Glyph socket Dead Razor. We then move up to try to get the legendary node Cult Leader. I'm still missing some renown, so that's why I'm missing some Paragon points to get Infused Caster. We then move into Bloodbath and slot in Warrior, and try to pick up as many Dexterity points to increase our Skeleton Warrior's damage. And now for the stat totals. We have minion attack speed with 70%, critical strike chance 28%, vulnerable damage 44%, damage with summoning 30%, damage with minions 65%, damage with warriors 320%, damage with mages 298%. We then also have a bonus of 104 minion life. Here is some gameplay footage with skeleton mages. Skeleton mages are our big source of single target damage. We run Bone Mages to increase the amount of damage that they do. To be honest, it's nothing like super crazy. The highest I've seen a Skeleton Mage hit was 70k on a crit. The lowest I've seen with no buffs on it was around 20k. It's pretty decent with 5 Skeleton Mages up all together, but it gets the job done. This clip I'm just running with the Skeleton Warriors. They have pretty good AoE damage and help clear out things with their cleave. I've seen them hit around for like 2k to 10k, which still isn't really a lot. It's technically like 60k DPS with 6 skeletons up. It's not that much, but once again, it does get the job done. With the Skeleton Mages and Warriors together, they do some pretty decent damage. I will be showcasing at the end some gameplay footage of the whole army working together. I will be posting this full run in a separate video, but for now here's a preview of how the build works and how to play it. The build is really easy to play. You can just spam Skeleton Priest, throw up Blood Mist when you're in danger, activate Bone Storm when you need some extra damage and crit chance, and that's the gameplay loop of the build. Now here's my honest opinion about Summoner Minion Necromancer. Without the Ring of Mendeln, minions don't do that much damage. This is due to the fact that scaling for minions kinda sucks actually. I have pumped up as much minion damage as I could at level 77, but even with all this damage percentage stacked up, they still don't do as much damage as you would expect. But at least with the new Season Heart of the Great Feast, minions now are able to do a little bit more damage. This new heart helps people who like to play minion summoner builds, and will also help those players who haven't gotten lucky for the Ring of Mendeln to drop. Once you've gotten the unique ring to drop, I highly advise you to go and find one of the meta setups that people have already done. Minions start to experience problems when there's a large group of enemies. Targeting is a major issue. This is because minions aim for whatever they feel like. If we could control what minions target, the build would be a lot smoother to play. But maybe we'll see this functionality once Diablo 4 hits Season 67. Who knows? Season 1 has helped minion summoner builds by adding more damage percent from skeletal priests, increasing aspect of reanimation damage percent, and increasing summoning skill damage percent. With these buffs added little by little, building minion damage percentage stats might actually become viable in Diablo 4 Season 97. Don't forget, I'll have the builder linked into the description below. Thanks for watching my video. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe.